Welcome, beautifuls, to my page, or perhaps you're watching on my personal page, but I'm here at Reality Awareness. I am the Life Purpose Queen. My name is Hannah. Welcome. If this is your first time to my live stream, please say hi, let me know where you're from in the world, and let me get to know you. I'd love to know you, right? So this is like a weekly energy forecast, right? Now this is a little bit new for me. It's something that I haven't done, like in a sense of like a weekly intuitive thing, right? But last week I got the intuitive message to do a weekly energy forecast. So this is the start of a regular weekly energy update on live stream. My Tuesday Tarot is also that as well. So you guys, if you haven't done Tuesday Tarot before, that will still be released as well. But I just got intuitively called to do a weekly intuitive energy update. So this is the first. Welcome. Now let me just, I am going to pull some cards. I got shown to do like a specific kind of card reading. So this is like a collective card reading, like an energy forecast, right? So this will be the start of many in the future. Hey Laurie, lovely to have you here from USA. You must be late over there in the evening, you said? All right, cool. I'm going to pull these cards and I'll lay them out, and then obviously I'll show you guys. Actually, I better turn this around, right? I'll turn the screen around so you guys can see the cards. Oh, did that flick? Which way did we do it? I think it needs to be that way. Yes, it does. Cool. Hey, Tammy. All right, so let me just clear this deck. By the way, all right, I just felt called to share with you how I clear my cards. There's many so sharing to your timeline. Yes, that's right. Yes, thank you, Kristen. That would be awesome to do that. Hey, Katrina, say hi when you guys join live. Yay, Yvonne, you joined me live. Cool. So doing this weekly energy update on my hair. I was just like, hang on a sec, my hair. Now it's happening again. Hey, beautifuls. Hey, Sarah. Okay. So let's do this energy forecast, right? Let's check this out. Hey, Tammy. See you guys joining me live. So I'm a little bit nervous. People like wonder why. I don't know. Like, I just want to point out, like, think that I don't still get nervous. I do. It's weird, right? Anyway, just do it anyway. You know, those things where you just feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay. Hey, Amanda. All right, cool. So let me start this weekly energy update. For some reason, I feel called to share with you guys how I actually clear my cards. So if you haven't got my internal compass chakra clearing meditation or my internal compass meditation, thank you. Hey, Casey. If you haven't got my internal compass meditation, it is one of my free meditations. So let me just drop that link in for you now if you haven't grabbed it. There's like 6 free meditations in my essentials meditation pack. I highly recommend them. There's training videos that go with them as well. I take the time to watch them because it's just like full of information and healing and all that sort of thing. And the reason that I'm bringing the internal compass up is because when I clear cards, it's pretty quick, it's pretty simple, but basically I just knock the energy, so it's just like 1, 2, 3, done, clear, right? And then I just kind of like just do this little, like, just hold them up, right? But basically what I'm doing when I do that is as I hold it up, what I have just done is I've called in the internal compass, right, into the cards. So the north, south, east, west, and the above and the below come straight into the card deck and clear it. Yeah? Clear it right there. So yeah, so that's how I just clear my cards. Done. Yeah. You can clear cards obviously in so many different ways, and I do teach that in my How to Read Your Own Tarot Cards mini course, which is a bonus in my Trust Intuition course, by the way, which opens tomorrow. By the way, the super early bird opens tomorrow with Tuesday Tarot. So if you want to jump in the super early bird, I wasn't gonna open it until next week. Hey Cody. I wasn't going to open it until next week, but on Saturday I got the intuition to open the Trust Intuition Super Early Bird tomorrow. So, all right, so let me do this weekly energy forecast. This is the first of many. I'm a little bit nervous for some freaking reason. Can you see I'm like talking like, just get on with it, Hannah, right? Okay, hey Leanne. Okay, cards are clear. For some reason I just needed to share with you guys about that. So they showed me to do like a specific like spread, card spread to do for this weekly update. Okay. All right. So, and obviously I'm going to share that with you. So there's like three cards. One's kind of for the start of the week, one's for the middle of the week, and one's kind of for the end of the week. So just intuitively tuning into the energies of this week. And for the like right now, so like kind of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, is this one, Easy Does It. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Now, I've just got to speak to this straight away for some reason. So I've done like a 3-card reading, and then on the top and the bottom, it's like the conscious like awareness that we have about what's going on. And then underneath is like the subconscious, right? So what's playing out that we're not conscious of, right? So I felt really called to bring this energy in every week to understand what we know is going on, but then what is the subconscious stuff that's kind of playing out that is having a big factor in like the week, but of like what's going on, right? So the conscious and the unconscious, fear if you may, but I didn't really get it. It's a fear. It's just like, what are we conscious of? What are we unconscious of? Okay. So as I first spoke about this, right? The Easy Does It. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. This one jumped out straight away to speak about straight away. So it's boundaries, right? Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And I'm really getting this as like boundaries, structures. We've stepped into solar plexus week in my reality awareness support group as well. So it's all about boundaries, solar plexus here, which is about, you know, loving yourself enough to say no to others' time, like demands on your time and energy. So, you know, like what's important to you, what's not, you know, like being really clear in what you value and just sticking to that, right? And then it's like, you know, like along with coming like with boundaries, it is also like if you think of boundaries, it's like a fence, right? You've got like a boundary fence, like there's a line, right? It's like cross the line, right? So it's like, this is what we're conscious of this week. We're getting very clear. And I'm like, is that because we stepped into solar plexus week this week? I don't know. Hey, Loretta. So with this, like loving yourself enough to say no, it's like, you know, like what boundaries do you need to put in place? Or it feels like more like you're starting to implement a lot of boundaries, structures, putting plans into action, you know, like if we think, you know, if you in my reality awareness support group, we've come down through the chakras, we've been sitting in the heart for 2 weeks, and it's like now it's like it's now like action time. It's now to take action. Now it's interesting because this one at the start of the week, it's like Easy Does It. Like don't stress, don't like force things to hurry. It said there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. That does not mean we sit back and don't take action. It is an action taking card, right? And implementing structures and boundaries and stuff to support ourselves. However, it's like, it's happening. Do you know what I mean? Like it's already happening. It's already in motion. The energy's there. It's like, yes, we still need to turn up and do it, but it's already happening, right? It's a really strong message. I'm trying to get it out. It's really already happening. The image on the card is really drawing my attention. And if you can see, it looks like a rainbow, right? It's like a rainbow through this here. Which is obviously the color of the chakras, but there's also a dove. Look at that piece, like the big piece on earth. It's like you know, and I know there's a lot of people that have been in a lot of emotional stuff, which is why I did the live stream yesterday on, you know, like why you're in your pain and trauma and all that sort of jazz. So if you've been feeling off and you haven't watched that, you can go and check that out. Hey Judy, hey Kristen. So with this one as well though, it's like that sense, like there's a lot of people feeling like a lot of peace and like everything is like happening and everything's working out and it's like feeling good for a change, and like that exhaustion that we've been feeling the past 2 to 3 weeks, it's kind of gone, right? The energetic exhaustion. But I'm noticing there's like another wave of people going through that right now. So that's kind of like the start of the week, right? Now in the middle of the week, we've got like Green Tara, which is start delegating, yeah? So with the Taras in the deck, I think there's like, oh, is there 5 of them? Maybe there is 5 of them. I don't know if they're all in the deck, can't remember. But the Taras, there's a couple of them, right? And this one here is start delegating. Notice it's green, like the heart chakra. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Again, for some reason, like, this has never jumped out at me on this card, by the way, either. Look at all the colors that she's like sitting in, and even her legs are like the colors of a rainbow type thing, right? Which is exactly the same as what jumped out at me here. So as we work down through the chakras, we're coming into solar plexus, and then we're heading into sacral chakra and then base chakra in the coming weeks, right? Then we're doing integration week, which is all of the chakras in one week. Like, whoa, look out, right? Are you ready for that? When everything comes together in integration. No, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. All right, so with this Green Tara, it's like, you know, this is kind of middle of the week, so kind of like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And it's like with this, it's like yes, implementing new structures, like, you know, getting like clear on your boundaries and implementing them and putting them in place, right? And it's like, because of that, you need to ask for help. But what I'm sensing is that things are really starting to come together, right? It's like all these, like, you know, boundaries, structures, like a new, like, it's like a lot of new stuff for a lot of people, right? It's like a lot of structures have been falling apart, a lot of like consciousness has been shifting, and so you're kind of like putting all these new structures into place and these new like support routines, or, you know, self-care, or like just being more gentle with yourself, right? But it's at this place at the heart where we need to really allow ourselves to have the courage to ask for support and help. Now, if it's the first time you've like spoken your voice, if it's the first time you've actually stood up for yourself, if it's the first time you've used your voice in a different way to get your needs met, rather than say cracking the shits and like spreading energy like bleh, everywhere, it's like you're really like honing in your power, which, by the way, is what implementing boundaries does, because you're really clear about what you value, about what's important to you. And as you're really clear, this is all solar plexus stuff here, when you're really clear about what you value and what's important to you, it's easier to implement those values and those boundaries and structures, because you're really clear about what's important to you, right? So you don't, and it strengthens your energy, right? It's like, you know, and again, if you're in my reality awareness support group, we've been coming down through the chakras. It's like like we're coming down and in. Now it's really interesting in my light field yoga, which is like there's a class for each of the chakras, right? And at the crown, right? At the crown, and we always come down, at the crown, it's like, you know, throughout the class, we're like connecting to the realms, and we're connecting to like the sun and the earth, and like the energy's flowing through us, and it's all like out here. By the time we get down to the base chakra and down to like integration, like we're coming down through the chakras, like in my yoga classes, like each chakra is very different, obviously, but as we're coming down, by the time we get to the base chakra, we're no longer like reaching for the sun and the moon and it's all out here. It's like, we are it, right? We like come all the way down, and it's like, this was like this like feeling, right? It's like we ground our soul into our base. Like we're like here now, right? We're present. And it's like, it's no longer like needing to be spread out everywhere. And this is really like reclaiming your power by like using your voice in a different way and having that energy being like channeled, if you may, rather than it just being kind of spread out everywhere and be like a great kind of emotional mess almost, right? So it's really, it feels like, you know, this kind of middle to end of this week is like really like reclaiming your power, using your voice in a different way. And sometimes that is like not even needing to speak, right? Chrysocolla is coming to mind, and the liquid crystals, and that simple purpose is silence. when we know the depth of what our truth is, when we're very clear, so I'm pointing to solar plexus here, we're very clear in our values, in our boundaries, and what's important to us, and we're implementing steps into place, which is what's been going on, right? Starting to make plans, starting to make them happen. When we're doing that, what is happening is we're getting super clear, but we're honing our power. We're able to just like really like anchor down, anchor down, anchor down, anchor down, anchor down, yeah? Okay, so I'll check the questions and stuff at the end. So towards the end of the week, I'm sensing a really big change, right? I don't know what change that is, sweet. I don't know. I'm just like, something big's gonna happen. It's like big change, right? It's positive. I just heard it's positive, so don't freak out. But it's change, okay? Now, with any change can be like the grief cycle, of course, because it's change. So the card, let me show you the card. Okay, they're like, show them the card. So this is home. And it's interesting, right? There's a big bowl, a big orange bowl. And as we like step out of like solar plexus week at the end of the week, so next week is sacral chakra, right? Maybe that's why all these chakras are like jumping out at me in the cards, right? They're like, speak to the chakras. I'm like, okay. So the sacral chakra is like, you know, kind of seen as a big bowl or a big womb. It's a very feminine goddess energy, right? Where we like holding, like gestating our purpose, gestating a baby, like whether you're a male or female, you still have a womb. It's an energetic womb. It's called your sacral chakra. It's where we are nourished at our core. So actually as well, whether it's a physical external shift or an internal shift within inside of you, change is coming at the end of the week, right? And again, it's a good change. It's not like, oh no, I need to like hold on for another ride. Like, well, maybe you do, I don't know. But what I'm sensing is that this big internal change going on, like this bowl, like if you look at the bowl, right? It's a big, big orange bowl. In the sacral chakra light field yoga, it's like, we're doing like a bowl pose, like we're literally like filling up our bowl, like it's literally a bowl, right? And we're like filling it with nourishing energy to like replenish ourselves, right? So when we look at this, it's like by the end of the week, and it's interesting, right? Because like all these like structures and everything that we're like, you know, implementing, you know, it's like, yes. And then it's like, okay, time to really ask for help, time to really like step it up, right? Hey, Teresa. And, you know, because then when we can, oh, here we go. Here's the message. When we can ask for help, use our voice in a different way, hone our power, we're very clear in our values, what's important to us, very solar plexus. What happens is this, right, drops us down into our sacral in a very nourished, full, replenished, content way. The epitome of the base, the sacral chakra, dropping into base already. The epitome of the sacral chakra is utter contentment. I'm going to talk about this piece, the piece that I said at the start of the week. Now, the dove. When we're clear on our boundaries, when we know what's going on, when we're implementing and we're asking for help, that's our heart being nourished. We're like asking, letting the energy come in, receiving, being clear on what we say yes to and what we say no to, and having the courage to use our voice to be able to do that. Then we can drop into this Buddha belly contentment, right? It's literally like the Buddha belly, yeah? And I always say with the sacral chakra, it's like we can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, or we can use whatever addiction to like fill ourselves up, but it's like this internal soul nourishment that really like, that's the only thing that fills you, right? As we come down, soul fulfilling clarity around asking for help, letting it come in, and you know, being very clear on what's important to you and what's not, and then dropping into your sacral so that you do feel full. So whether it's an external change or an internal shift in that sort of realization, and it's a real definite like a feeling, it'll just be like, oh, that's what it feels like, right? It's like, okay. This is towards the end of the week. Saturday, Sunday, into next Monday, I'm getting the message of. Also, what do you need to clean out in your physical environment, whether that be a physical body detox, or whether it be like I'm getting the message around like energetically clearing your home, like sage, like ask Archangel Michael of 100% light to clear your energy, like literally like do a big like clearing in your house. Like it's time, right? So what are we, new moon now? Actually perfect time to do it. So it's new moon, what did I say? Is it tomorrow or the next day? I think I said Wednesday, or is it tomorrow? Or is it today? New moon, dark moon. I should know that. Anyway, it's a couple of days, right? So it was dark moon. I think it's still dark moon today and there's new moon tomorrow, but technically on the new moon, it's still fully dark, right? On the 9th, thank you. So it's still fully dark. So we're still kind of in like clearing out mode, right? It's like, it's okay. It's all happening. Let's just put it into place. Hey, Vanessa. And just like, and Sarah's saying it's really resonating. Yay, it's all happening. Yeah. Thanks for that reflection. So with this as well, it's like clearing out, like, and the thing I was talking, bringing the moon into it is like, yes, it's now and like clearing the slate, but like, because it's like peak new moon, like say on the 9th, this is Australian Eastern Standard Time, and it'll be at like, I don't know, whatever time of day it is, right? That's like peak new moon. When we look at it on the chart, it's actually fully dark, right? It's like peak dark moon, right? And then, you know, the 3 days kind of after that peak dark moon, peak new moon, it's like, that's when the real energy of the new moon starts to kick in. So by the end of the week, it's kind of the perfect time to be clearing out, energetically cleaning out, you know, like putting, like literally doing an energy clean. Like I'm really like seeing you guys like, you know, like pulling out, I don't know, pulling out cupboards, like pulling out stuff that's been sitting there for ages, like literally cleaning behind it and like doing a big energetic clearing in your house. And maybe, you know, like whenever anything is stagnant, it's an awesome way to start shifting the energy. So, and by the way, when you automatically start having those urges to clean your physical environment, you've usually had some kind of like internal, like spiritual emotional shift, if you may, and that's like, you know, because everything's been reworked, is then like, oh, then the physicality's got to be shifted to catch up, and that takes us to do that work too, do you know what I mean? Or we pay somebody to do it, right? We literally have to, like, you know, physically rearrange, move house, leave a certain environment, if you may. So that's coming to the end of the week. So now what's interesting is I thought that the subconscious would come up somewhere in between that, because the conscious came up really quickly, right? However, because it's the subconscious, what we don't know what's going on, it's this. Now, this is fairness. Look, there's a dove on that one too. So this is Mart, and it says, this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Now, a couple of things, and it's interesting because for some reason, the past life stuff came up just before, and I didn't say it, but I was like, and maybe that's weird. So this is obviously an Egyptian goddess. It's full of Egyptian glyphs and symbols and stuff on the card. A lot of Egyptian energy. Oh, I had to wear my Egyptian earrings. These are literally from Egypt, from my girlfriend that gave them to me. If you have been getting the nudge to do a past life healing integration meditation, please heed that call. And curious what things you pull in Tuesday Tarot tomorrow as well. Because the message that like is coming through around that, and it's interesting, right? Okay, so was it last week or something? No, there's something. Okay, cool. I'm like, there's something there. This message coming through. There's something about Venus retrograde going on right now. And it's something, I don't know, I remember reading something about it, and it was something around, I don't even remember now, right? But there's something about that going on right now. And something about, was it 2009 or something, right? There's something about that. Now, I remember writing Tuesday Tarot a couple of weeks ago, and there was something about all these dates, and I'm like, why am I getting all these dates, right? And I feel like that there's a thread going on under the surface right now, which is this is a subconscious that's going on, right? So we're very conscious. We're like putting these new structures, implementing new boundaries, like using our voice in a different way. So if back then, several years ago, and dropping into past life, where was your voice cut? Where was your voice not allowed to be spoken? Where were you killed for using your voice? Where were you made to be wrong? That was last time Venus went retrograde. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's kind of why it's coming up again. It just feels like, you know, like, and it's interesting, all the throat stuff is coming up, but this is like not only speaking your truth, but living it, right? So if you've been feeling blocked or like restricted or like you're like wanting to like do these things, but it's like it's almost time, it's almost happening, right? And it's just like, it feels like, you know, if we look at this kind of week, it's like the wheels are almost in motion. It's like, and we can feel it coming, right? So if you've been feeling called to do some sort of like past life meditation or past life, you know, integration healing, like whatever it is, I would recommend just, you know, like hitting that call, because, you know, when planets are retrograde, it kind of like stirs up things like that's sitting there under the surface. And if you've ever felt a call, or if you feel like you've had a past life in Egypt, I mean, like, who kind of hasn't, right? It's like, you know, really allowing because the message I'm getting is around so weird, like the symbolism just jumping out at me, like the symbolism. Okay, so the symbolism, it's like that, there's some message coming through around that. Like the symbolism of seeing the truth of like your voice. I don't know, there's something there. Yeah, okay, it's during 2010. Okay, thanks guys. I read it and I'm like, yeah, something like that. No, you guys always have my back around that. It's awesome, thank you. So I guess the point is, what I'm saying is that this is in the subconscious. This is what's playing out subconsciously, and I guess that's why I'm saying, if you're feeling called to do a past life meditation or a regression of some sort, I do have past life meditation. It's $15, I think, so if you need one. But it's like, what we do when we do a past life meditation is we go back into the subconscious and we're rewriting vows, we're rewriting subcontracts, rewriting contracts, you know, and all of that, which helps to free us to do this. Because this whole thing, right, where we're implementing new structures, boundaries, using our voice in a different way to what we ever have before, and by the way, using your voice in a different way than you ever have before doesn't mean that like it will come easy, doesn't mean that you won't shake, doesn't mean you won't get nervous when you're like first starting to speak your truth. I mean, like when I have to stand up and really speak my truth to someone I'm intimidated by, but I stand up anyway, I'm still shaking afterwards. Like, it doesn't kind of go away, but it does get easier. More so, the situations that you have to stand up to your truth get less and less and less, because the clearer you get in your boundaries and the clearer you speak your needs and get them met in ways, the more solid you become in your energy, and you attract different situations in your life that you don't have to stand up to as much, right? Do you know what I mean? Because your whole persona is changing, and that's probably what this is, right? Your whole big change at the end of the week, right? Because of all of that. So if you've been feeling like kind of wheels a little bit stuck, but you're like, oh, there's something going on here, right? It's like, okay, now's the time to like, let's like, you know, look at this subconscious, what's going on, what's kind of holding us back, what's anchoring us here, and it's time to rework that, right? So retrogrades are a time where we're like, okay, cool, what's still holding us, anchoring us in the past, right? It's not an anchor. There was something about the symbolism there. So maybe just keep an eye out for symbolism, for messages for yourself over the next couple of days. And yes, that's the energy forecast for the week. Actually, I have to speak to this one as well. Okay. So when I do readings, I always look at the bottom card of the deck. Yeah, except for Tuesday Tarot, because I'd have to write a whole nother card, and I don't, but I look at it. Okay, so this is the Guiding Children card. So I did speak a lot about inner child yesterday on my live stream. The cure for loneliness is doing inner child work. And guys, it's not just doing it once and it's all done. It's like, this is like, if you imagine, right? Just imagine for a second, you've got a child. Or if you don't have a child, you're looking after somebody else's child and they go missing, right? And you're like, oh shit, like we better go and find our child. Let's go and look in the park. oh, they're not here. Oh, fuck it. We won't come back. Don't worry about it. Like, they'd be pretty abandoned, right? This is how your inner child feels. Same thing, right? We don't just do inner child work once and it's done. This is something that's done on a consistent basis over and over and over again. Like, it's kind of like having a shower. You don't just have a shower once and it's done, right? It's like, you'd be pretty dirty if you didn't have a shower almost every day, right? So it's like, same with inner child work. It's like, okay, let's do inner child work all the time, right? Now, this is interesting when we talk about boundaries, when we talk about asking for our needs to be met and using our voice in a different way, when we talk about feeling content and full and nourished, underneath the full core of that, connecting with the one person that's been with you your whole life and will continue to be with you your whole life, but you're ignoring them. Inner child work, pure gold. You want to shift something? Do inner child work every day for 21 days. Do inner child work every day for 30 days. And tell me you don't feel different at the end of that, right? There's our energy forecast for today. If you feel like this could help somebody, please share it. I see there was a couple of questions that I'm just going to speak to in the comments there. Let me just check these comments here. I'm seeing these comments in the Reality Awareness support group. Sorry guys, I didn't see them until now. So Tammy says, it's Monday. Yes, it's Monday here too. Loving that it's potent for you, Jade. No, I'm not pulling cards for individual people. This is a collective card reading, so if you've just jumped online, you'll have to rewatch the live stream. I don't know that I'm going to pull cards publicly for people anymore. This is kind of why they intuitively got the message about me doing a collective reading, because like my following has obviously been growing in the past 2 years, and I used to do like just free readings for people all the time on live stream. And as I've grown and gotten busier, and like, you know, my following's growing and my business is growing, which is awesome, I can't keep up doing free readings individually on live stream. Now, it doesn't mean that I'll never do them again, but I really like being able to tend to everybody on the live stream, because I'm an everybody people pleaser kind of person, right? Recovering people pleaser. Yep. So I usually write a list, and then I have like a 3-hour live stream, and I'm like exhausted, and I'm like, okay, like how am I going to keep doing this, right? It happened a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, how am I supposed to keep doing this? And this is where this message came through, to do a weekly energy forecast for people. So if you do want a private not necessarily, doesn't take me off my path. It's just that because I've grown so much, I just literally don't have the time or energy. Like, well, I'm choosing not to. Like, you know, I want to be able to give everyone an individual reading, but on live stream, like there's 25 people on live stream here now, like, and you guys see how much I talk, right? I talk about one card for 20 minutes sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of not feasible, Hannah, right? Energetically as well, like. So if you do want a private psychic reading, I do phone or Skype sessions. Well, I mean, who uses Skype these days? Get that out of my habitually vocabulary. So like phone or video call, a 30-minute session is $49 US, which is about 70 Australian, I think, at the moment. My best value is my 21-day shifter program, which is speaking to me via WhatsApp over voice or text message. And that's unlimited psychic readings for 21 days. You can ask me unlimited questions. That's 97 US, so it's kind of better value. But if you want like literally a phone conversation, you need to book in for the 30-minute session, and that's scheduled in on the 21-day shifter. That's just a WhatsApp. You can start straight away, so you can like literally send me a message and I will start pulling cards for you. Like it's definitely better value. Obviously we can shift a lot in the 21-day shifter as well, but that's 97 US, which is about 130 Australian at the moment. The price will be increasing to 197 in February 2019 next year. Yes, so that's the best way to get a reading from me, but it's literally why I got the message to do the weekly energy forecast. So yeah, so Shelley, you're saying you can't afford it. I'm wondering if you have my free training on how to increase your income and really being really conscious around your words, because we always can afford everything. It's where we're choosing to put our money at that minute in time. So let me just grab the link for my free training. There's like 4 videos in there, 4 training videos. I think there's like, I don't know, I think there's more than 4 audios in there as well. And then there's like certain affirmations. It's literally around mindset. And even if the like video training doesn't resonate with you, I highly recommend watching that whole package in there, because there's an underlying thread that like covers like so much and helps you totally shift not just your life. I mean, not just your mindset, but your entire life, right? So let me just grab that if you haven't got that. So let me just grab that link for the training. If you guys follow me, you know I'm like, please listen to this information. I was going to charge for this training and I was like, no, this needs to be free because there's just no excuses then. So anyway, so that's my weekly energy forecast. Let me pop this in the comments there. Yeah, so you're on a fixed income. Exactly, that's what you think. Yeah, that's what you think. Please listen to that free training in the Power of My Life. I just popped the link in the comments there. If you want to stay on a fixed income, that's fine. Stay on a fixed income. If you want to increase your income, even if it's fixed and you don't know how it's possible right now to increase your income, it's not about saving. It's not about saving. All right, so I'm going to jump off this live stream and I shall see you probably around the same time every week for this weekly energy forecast. If you want to work privately with me, you can send me a private message. Check out Tuesday Tarot tomorrow because Trusted Intuition opens tomorrow. I wasn't going to open for another 10 days, but I got the intuitive nudge to literally open it tomorrow, Tuesday Tarot. That means the super early bird price is available. It won't be probably this price again, just simply because this is like going to be practitioner certified by the end of November. And with this pricing, at this price point this year, it will be the last time that Trusted Intuition will be available for this year. Especially with the practitioner certification next year, it will be increasing when the next round opens. You're very welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me live. And for the very first weekly energy forecast update, I shall see you every week. Lots of love. Namaste.